Okay, so first thing we said, yes, you were leaning back as you hit the golf ball. You knew that kind of thing. That was kind of, well, that's my fault, but what's the cure? There's no way saying don't lean back. It's like saying someone with a cough, don't cough. They're going to cough, aren't they, really? Okay.
Sure.
Part of the reason why you were doing that for me, stance was too narrow. Okay, there wasn't enough stability now for your body when you got to the top of the backswing to get to here and then actually shift to the left. So you have to kind of stay centred, and the speed of your arms going to impact as they started increasing the speed. You can see you're jumping back, and your left foot's going off the ground and just sort of jumping away, which is why you tend to come across the golf ball if that left foot is off the ground. That left foot jumping there. There's no pressure on that left foot at all. Your right foot is pretty much sort of screwed to the ground, and then the left foot, then the right then comes through a little bit at the end. It's a good finish position, but you can still see it's a little bit leaning back. Now, a couple of drills that we talked about there, okay? Number one was that sort of what we call bump drill, where you swung to the top of the backswing, and then from there you sort of bump the club down to try and get that hip to move to target, okay? This one now, we said you're going to put the ball way left. That ball position is miles forward, as you can see. Still put the club in the normal spot where the ball would want to be, okay? We're going to move left. But now you can see, because your stance is a lot wider, okay, if we compare those two there, okay, that for me, much more stable base now you've got to swing that golf club from. And again, the ball position, as we said, find a constant inside your left heel 4, 5, 6 inches, and all that happened is that foot will just get wider. The foot gets back there, the ball moves further forward. If the foot gets narrower, now is in the middle of the stance. The ball is just moves up, and everyone sort of thinks this ball moves back and forth. And when you watch golf on TV, if you see Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy with a wedge, it's in the middle. Oh, must move back, move the ball back in his stance. And he's got 4 on his stance. Oh, he's having a left heel. A lot of that's the camera angle for one, but secondly, the fact the feet are narrower. If the ball position is, should we say, 6 inches, and your feet are 12 inches apart, that ball's in the middle. If your feet were 18 inches apart, the ball's left of middle. Still the same spot there from your left heel, though, isn't it? So nothing's changing there. It's a constant thing, okay? Now, with that golf ball now being further forward, as we said, once you get to the top of the backswing, what we're trying to do, the first thing, because your hip has gone this way on the way back, we've now got to bump it to the left to get it moving left. And the check for me would be that sort of concrete block behind there. Does your left hip cover that as you come down? And you can see now you're moving more onto that left side. So the point of contact, that now is a covered position. You're actually more on top of the golf ball, and when you finish this swing, there you go. That's a different position compared to where you were. Go back a bit. There. So that now is definitely weight through the left side, more on top of the golf ball. There's no weight now really at all on that right foot whatsoever. Your right hip,
twisted up there, isn't it?
The right foot can't go anywhere because you can't put any weight on that foot because it's hanging, and it's on that right foot, so the right toe sort of trying to support all your body weight, while your left toe sort of leaning up in the air and back on your left heel there. So if we can get that sensation of the ball being forward, your body now is kind of reacting to moving left. So you now see your head there. There's no movement back and away. From the golf ball. So you're moving from there. Everything now is moving the same direction as the club is through the golf ball. Now, if you imagine if that was the golf ball in the correct position here, roughly, your club is still coming down there, therefore taking a divot. Wow, that's where the divot would come from. Okay. The problem is at the moment now, because you're leaning back, when you hit the ground, this sort of the golf ball. So therefore, hitting the ground to you is a bad thing. So you play golf to miss the ground. Because if you can hit the ground behind the ball, especially in the winter now, ground being so soft, the ball's going to go nowhere, is it? So you'll just play golf to miss the ground and be that sort of picker, as we said, off the top of the grass, rather than strike into the golf ball. And then, of course, then you're sort of running the risk of topping it. Or squirting off the right there as a big slice. So, practice those couple of drills, as we said. So the one where you sort of swing the top of the backswing, you swing there and sort of bump it down. Get this sort of sensation of bringing the golf club down. Just feel that hip moving a bit more. Just that sort of hip sort of goes back up and away. When the ball became the issue and you're trying to move to your left more, you can see there now there's more movement to that left hip, okay? Moving into that left side, okay? A good drill you can practice, if you get anywhere you can practice off grass, get a brolly in the ground next to your left foot. Obviously it'll be vertical. Your left leg's going to be leaning back a smidgen. You swing back to try and almost hit your left hip into that brolly or an alignment stick or something you've got. So you can find some field or a bit of grass or a back garden somewhere just to make some movements. Even just doing that practice per swing, okay? The more you can get that sensation, everything now is moving this way from the top of the backswing. We've got a chance. We don't just rotate, we have to bump before we rotate to get back on that left side. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does,
Right, have a couple more, mate, and we'll see how they go from there, all right?